Hi there, my name is Camille Donegan, and I'm here to share a presentation with you from our Community Connect event, which took place on the 10th of July. The presentation is from Eirmersive, the voice of the Irish immersive tech sector, and the team behind Eirmersive is myself as interim CEO. My name is Camille Donegan, and I've been an XOR producer for the last 9 years. And Mark Roddy is our program manager. Guillaume Auvray is our finance manager, and James Corbett is our community manager. The agenda for this presentation is to bring you through the journey to date of Eirmersive, some detail on our funders and our partners, the Eirmersive vision, mission, values and pillars, and detail some of our governance based on strategic advice that we have received. And most importantly, the meat of this presentation is our work in progress value proposition for membership. So Eirmersive was established as a limited company in 2020. We reformed and transitioned to a CLG last year. That's a better company structure for a membership organisation like ourselves and a not-for-profit. And our first activity was in 2022 when we received funding from SkillNet, and we launched the Irish Immersive Economy Report 2022, which really benchmarked the immersive technology sector and identified the players at that time. And in 2022 and again in 2023, we were fortunate enough to start an ongoing relationship with Meta, who funded a series of events called Onwards. These were regional events taking place around the country on specific themes relating to immersive technologies. And jumping further down onto our journey, just to continue our work with Meta, this year they've been supporting a working group focusing on immersive technologies in education. So we're currently running that working group, and it will complete in September, when the report and findings of what educators need in relation to immersive technologies in Ireland, those responses will form a report that will be brought to government. In 2023, we received Creative Ireland Economic Action funding, which saw the Immerse project come to light, which was a slew of activity across the west coast of Ireland to evangelise immersive technologies and educate and upskill creators, as well as informing adopters of the technology of the broad spectrum of possibilities presented by immersive technologies. And just in May, we launched our Irish Immersive Technology Strategy for Growth report, which was supported by SkillNet. And we're all here today to learn more about the launch of our membership model and our member portal. So a date for your diaries, we will be having our big launch event on the 11th of September. So put that in your diaries. And just in relation to the resourcing of this team, so in Q4 2023, Eirmersive received funding through Creative Ireland, specifically to support the Digital Creative Industries Roadmap 24 to 26. But also to be a part of the Forum for Digital Creative Industries, and to indeed professionalise as a network and representative body, which enables us to be here with you today and to be a resource team. So a big thank you to our partners and funders, Creative Ireland, as I've just mentioned. We have an ongoing relationship with MSL, ETB and Meta. With MSL ETB, we're developing the Immersive Apprenticeship Programme, and with Screen Ireland, Screen Ireland funded a series of workshops called Immersive Futures, which took place across the country. And SkillNet, we have an ongoing relationship. I'm working on lots of future initiatives relating to the skills and talent pipeline along with SkillNet. So, Eirmersive's vision, mission, values and pillars. Our vision is for Ireland to be a go-to destination for immersive technology solutions by 2028. Our mission is to steer the evolution of the Irish immersive technology sector to elevate it globally. Our values. Community. We believe in the power of community. We cultivate a culture of knowledge sharing and support between members and Eirmersive. We believe a rising tide raises all boats. Leadership with integrity. We value honesty, clarity, transparency. We aim to do the right thing and put our members first. As the representative leader of the sector, we bring the needs and wants of our members to change makers and policy makers. Partnership with genuine collaboration. Eirmersive fosters partnerships across industry, academia and government that have genuine collaborative spirit and the best interest of our members and the sector in Ireland at heart. Resilience. We focus on building a resilient sector. We are here to work with you and support your growth needs. We will continue to champion and fight for the betterment of our sector. And purposeful. We believe in the transformative potential of immersive technologies and the possibilities they present for society. So we have defined 5 pillars at Eirmersive. The first one is awareness. This was identified in the 2022 report as being the largest barrier to the growth of the sector, and we know it's still a huge factor. We work hard at Eirmersive to show that immersive technologies are not just for kids and not just for games. That's an important education piece, and it's hugely important that we educate people both at enterprise enabling agencies across the country as well as industry and academia. So we champion immersive technologies and their adoption. And our objectives relating to awareness are that we spotlight member companies, we spotlight use cases and bring demos around the country, we run regular events and meetups, we promote Irish member companies internationally, we promote ecosystem building also. Strategic development is our second pillar. In relation to that, we provide signposting to funding support information. We share intelligence and insights which can inform strategic development of our members. And the objectives relating to strategic development are to establish and grow Eirmersive's membership base, to signpost to funding and business supports. That could be Enterprise Ireland, Leo supports, European Union, innovation vouchers, etc., and grants, and providing mentorship to members. We're also designing and deploying a data framework model, working with the other representative agencies that are also on the Forum for Digital Creative Industries, the IDI, the Institute of Designers Ireland, IMERT, the games body, and IAPI, the advertisers body. We want to come up with a data collection framework so we can benchmark the sectors using the same methodology year on year and identify the growth of the sector. For workforce development, we support the skills and talent pipeline. We want to ensure that there's a robust and skills-ready workforce, and our objectives relating to workforce development include collaborating on a skills development framework with industry, academia and government stakeholders, supporting the skills and talent pipeline, and providing subject matter expertise and consultancy. Our fourth pillar is sustainability. We want to demonstrate and highlight sustainable best practice for the sector. Objectives relating to sustainability are that we implement, promote best practice regarding carbon neutral hardware. We spotlight and showcase immersive technology solutions that address sustainability challenges. We advocate best practice aligned with our international counterparts. And our final pillar is advocacy. So at Eirmersive, we foster relationships and we influence policymakers and stakeholders. Our objectives relating to advocacy are that we advocate for supportive policies and regulations at both national and European levels. We're partnered with XR for Europe, which means that we're not just at the table with government here in Ireland, but we get to meet with the EU. And we'll talk a bit more about some of the delegations to Europe a bit later in this presentation. So we educate public stakeholders on the cross-cutting potential of immersive technologies, as well as enterprise agencies and enablers. And as we said before, we will always bring the needs and wants of our members to conversations with government stakeholders to ensure the policy is informed directly from industry. Defining the correct governance structure will be crucial to the success of our association, and over the last number of months We've been engaged with a professional external agency to advise us here as we transition Eirmersive to a fully representative trade organisation working on your behalf. I'm going to present you with our progress to date, and we welcome any comments you might provide. We're going to give you an email address for providing feedback at the end of the presentation. This slide provides an overview of our governance structure. The Board of Directors will serve as the primary decision-making authority of the association, responsible for critical legal, fiduciary and compliance obligations. The day-to-day operations will be provided by the executive under the stewardship of the CEO, who will report directly to the board. In the next few slides, we'll provide you an overview of the Board of Directors, the Nominations Committee and the Advisory Council. Note that the current directors are myself, Camille Donegan, and James Corbett. So we're currently looking for 2 non-exec voluntary directors with board experience and strong governance skills. If you have any recommendations in that regard, we'd also appreciate that you contact us with the email address we're going to give you at the end of the presentation. In terms of the board makeup, there will always be at least 2 board members who have a deep knowledge of our sector, at least 2 board members that have experience as board of directors, being on boards, and a mix of skills and diversity. There will be a minimum of 5 members on the board, and members of the board may be reappointed at the following AGM but serve no more than 3 terms. A resolution should be passed to appoint a nominations committee, which will comprise of at least 3 members. And the board of directors will meet at least 4 times a year. The board may meet virtually, but must meet at least once in person every year. And the board of directors shall elect a chair. And the board of directors, in tandem with the nominations committees, shall establish a recruitment process which will lead to the appointment of a permanent CEO. This process should include internal and external advertisement for the role. The Advisory Council shall play an important role in providing member companies with a forum where they can be updated on and input into the workings of the association, particularly in terms of policy development. The members of this council are subject matter experts and sit purely in an informal advisory capacity, sharing insights into industry developments, market trends, policy challenges and other matters as prescribed by the Board of Directors, following adoption of the terms of reference. Its members do not have any legal obligations. The Nominations Committee will manage and oversee the process of identifying, evaluating and recommending individuals for membership on the Board of Directors or other key positions within the organisation, such as the CEO, remuneration for management and overseeing electoral matters. This committee will ensure that the selection process is transparent, objective and aligned with Eirmersive's goals and strategic needs. Voting rights of the Association AGM in 2025 and beyond will be limited to founding members. Founding members are defined as those who pay for a membership tier in 2024, and they will have voting rights at the 2025 AGM. And indeed, member companies who have continuous membership for at least 2 years. And all member companies and partners will be provided with a member handbook and be required to sign and adhere to a code of conduct. So I'm now going to bring you through the membership benefits value proposition that we've been building out over the last few months here in Eirmersive. And this is really the meat of this presentation, because as you'll see, there's chat prompts throughout the next few slides, and that's when we had the live webinar on the 10th of July. People were feeding back throughout in the chat, and it was really busy. We got so much kind of feedback and information that is helping us to really build out and prioritize the benefits listed, and we got a good sense of what's most of interest, and that's really, we encourage you to do the same. So we'll give you an email at the end, and we'd like you to send us the information that you would have responded to the chat. We want to find out how much value these benefits are for you and your company. So here are the membership tiers. There's a free membership tier that's primarily for sole traders or lecturers in in universities. For all companies with a CRO number, um, if the company has between 1 and 10 employees, the rate will be €300 per annum. For 11 to 20 employee companies, it's 500, and for 20 plus employees, it's €1,000 per annum. So the first thing that happens when you pay up as a member of Eirmersive is you get a 1 hour call with 2 members of Eirmersive. And during that session, we discover your top needs and barriers to growth. It's a strategic conversation, and we follow up with relevant signposting, and that could be for funding supports. We can also introduce you to relevant people in the ecosystem that can support your growth. On the member portal, you'll be able to create your own company profile page, which is public. We've, especially since we've been on the Forum for Digital Creative Industries, a lot of government stakeholders from across the country have been visiting our website. So we know that there's quite a spotlight there and quite a lot of traffic. So we want you to be showcasing your company and up to 3 case studies on the website. We're going to be running regular webinars, and the nature of those webinars is multifold. We know we want to have informational webinars, and we'd encourage you to let us know what kind of topics you'd be most interested in. But some that we're looking at is the 481A tax incentive, or indeed tax credits, EI or LEO supports, international funding. There's new EU innovation vouchers, so we'll be bringing you information on that, as well as funding, be it from Meta or Creative Europe. And we want to alternate the webinars with a member spotlight. So every second webinar will focus on peer-to-peer learning, where immersive companies, paid up member companies share best practice, share case study, and provide peer-to-peer learning for others in other members of Eirmersive. Get together. So we're going to have in-person events for all members, and paid members will be able to showcase and demo at those events. Get on the map. We'll provide your company's air code. We want to have a really exhaustive map, ecosystem map, and for paid members, you get to redirect, your PIN will redirect to a URL of your choice. That can be a company profile page on the Eirmersive website or your own website. Get on the headsets. Paid members can provide a demo app, be it virtual reality or augmented reality app, and we will showcase that at various events, workshops, trade shows, government meetings, etc., where we often bring our fleet of headsets with us. So we work with Quest 2 and Quest 3 headsets, and also a variety of augmented reality pads and tablets. So please talk to us about that. Get out there. So paid members are eligible for immersive trade missions or delegations. These can be to both national, best-in-class facilities, tech centres, and also international conferences. So some that we've been looking at, but we'd encourage you to let us know what conferences you're looking to go to, or what facilities in Ireland you might be interested in checking out. So the conference delegations we're looking at are Stereopsia, which is in December. That's in Brussels, and there'll be an opportunity to meet your counterparts across Europe. Day 2 at that conference is specifically for meeting industry, essentially meeting buyers, and the EU representatives will be there too. Belfast XR is in February. That's best in class showcase of art experiences, and South by Southwest will be in London in June and in Austin in March. In terms of the tech facilities across Ireland that we'd be looking to bring you to, that includes the Walton Institute in Waterford, the ACE VR Suite in Tralee, the Dell Solution Centre in Limerick, and Digital Catapult in Belfast. To get the data, when you log into the member profile page on the website, you will be presented with a series of resources, and we want to know what you want to see there and what you need to see there. Some resources that we're looking at are market intelligence reports, from across Europe and internationally. Through our partnership with XR for Europe, we're going to be able to provide a lot of great European intelligence reports. Then national reports that could be relevant for our industry, and that could include reports relating to AI, digital creative industries, the audiovisual plan from government, etc. We'll also have our SkillNet funded Eirmersive reports up there with data on our sector, and also working with academia to provide relevant white papers and research papers on the resources on the website as well. So let us know what else you might like to see there. Get informed. We're partnering with professional associations. Specifically, we're looking at legal and accountancy firms to partner with initially. And what the offer there would be a 30-minute consultation where you can get specific legal advice or accountancy advice. We're also looking to run webinars on specific topics with those partners. For example, IP commercialization might be of interest. So please let us know what legal or accountancy needs you have, and also other partner associations you'd like to see at Eirmersive. That could be discounts on software, hardware, etc. So let us know what discounts you'd like to be availing of through your Eirmersive membership. And a newsletter, get the news. So we'll be having 2 newsletters, an internal community newsletter essentially with what we in the industry need to know, and also a public community newsletter. Paid members can include news in the public newsletter. We're going to have a speaker database, so Get Speaking, so paid members can join the Eirmersive speaker database for conference and events, both nationally and internationally. We get approached a lot at Eirmersive for speaking commitments, and very often there are member companies that come to mind and that would be the right fit. So we'd like to be supporting that initiative. So you can sign up for that speaker database as a paid member and get heard. We bring the needs, wants and barriers to growth of our paid members to conversations with government, stakeholders and departments, thus informing policy. And last but not least, we are exploring mentorship. And we want to know if that's of interest to you before we package up some models in that regard and look for funding. So let us know if you're interested in mentorship, and also if you have like a specific company or individual in mind for that mentorship, what that might look like for you. So thank you for listening, and the information gathered. So any feedback you have from this presentation, please email membership@eirmersive.com. The information that we're collecting on the back of this presentation informs the finalisation of our value proposition for paid membership. And most importantly, save the date. The 11th of September is when we're going to have our in-person launch at a venue TBC. Thank you so much for your time and for listening.